Unit 6, Lesson 2, Fractions that add to 1. By the end of this unit, you will be able to find pairs of like fractions that add to 1. You will be able to say, I can make one whole from unit fractions. And lastly, I can compare unit fractions. Those will be your 3 I can statements for this lesson. First thing we're going to look at are some problems. Go ahead and write down the following problems. 5 minutes equals how many minutes plus how many minutes? So think about this question. 5 minutes is equal to how many minutes plus how many minutes? Well, I know that I can get to 5 a couple different ways. The first way is that I can add 4 plus 1, which will give me 5. So 4 minutes plus 1 minute equals 5 minutes. Another way that I can do it is to have 3 plus 2. 3 minutes plus 2 minutes equals 5 minutes. Again, I can do it and use a reversal of these numbers. I can do 2 plus 3, and I'll still get 2 minutes plus 3 minutes equals 5 minutes. And again, the last one I can do is 1 minute plus 4 minutes equals 5 minutes. What we just did here in that problem is the same process that we will use to find pairs of fractions that add to one whole. Go ahead and look at your student book, page 199. It says, every afternoon, student volunteers help the school librarian put returned books back on the shelves. The librarian puts the books in equal piles on a cart. One day, Jean and Maria found 5 equal piles on the return cart. They knew there were different ways they could share the job of reshelving the books. They drew fraction bars to help them find all the possibilities. So number 1. On each fifths bar, circle 2 groups of fifths to show one way Jean and Maria could share their work. Each bar should show a different possibility, and then complete the equation next to each bar to show what shares. So notice, adding fractions with like denominators involves adding only the numerators. My denominators will stay the same because the amount will not change. When the numerator equals the denominator, the total is one whole. Finding fifths that add to one whole is similar to finding pairs of whole numbers and minute values that add to 5 minutes. So we're going to use the process that we just did, but in this case, the unit is minutes, and in the other, we're talking about fifths for fractions. So look at the first bar. The first bar has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/5 makes 1 whole. So think about our minute problem. And what I'm going to do is circle one group of fifths, and then I'm going to circle the other groups of fifths. So now I have 1 and I have 4, just like we had for minutes. So Jean's share is going to be 1/5, and Maria's share will be 1, 2, 3, 4 shares. So 1/5 plus 4/5 equals 5/5. How can I make it different on this one? Well, I did 1 here, so let's do Jean's share with 2. So I circle 2 of the fraction bars. That leaves me with 3 fraction bars for the other. So I'm going to write Jean's share is 1, 2. And Maria's share is 1, 2, 3. 2/5 plus 3/5 equals 5/5. Notice how my denominators stay the same, and I add the numerators, and that gives me my 5. 5/5 equals 1 whole. Well, I've already done 2, so this time let's do 3. So I circle 3/5, and then that leaves us with 2. So that means this time Jean's share is 1, 2, 3. And Maria's share is 1, 2. 3/5 plus 2/5 is 5/5, or 1 whole. For the last one, I'm going to circle 4 with 1 left over. So this time, Jean's share is 4/5, and Maria's share is 1/5. 4/5 plus 1/5 is 5/5. Seems pretty simple. When the denominators are the same, all we have to do is add the top numerators. Go ahead and turn the page, and let's look at problem 2 on page 200. It says the librarian put 6 equal piles of returned books on the cart for Lou and Henry to reshelve. They also drew fraction bars. On each 6th bar, circle 2 groups of 6th to show one way that Lou and Henry could share the work. Each bar should show a different possibility. Then complete the equation next to each bar to show their shares. So notice how this one's in 6th because how many parts do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 6. So remember, we're only adding the numerators to find the total number of 6ths each time. Okay, so go ahead and do number 2 on your own now. Pause. Now let's look at the bottom of page 200. We're going to look at the find the unknown addend. It says write the fraction that will complete each equation. So I have my 1 whole, which is 7/7, is equal to 1/7 plus something. Well, remember, I'm trying to get my numerators. My denominators stay the same, so 7 automatically goes on the bottom. And the number that's missing is 1 plus whatever is going to make 7. Well, 1 plus 6 is 7. So the missing addend is 6/7. Go ahead and look at number 4. 1 equals 4/4, which is equal to 3/4 plus blank. Again, I know my denominator will be the same, so I'm going to put my 4. What plus 3 gives me 4? Well, 3 plus 1 gives me 4. So 1/4 is the missing addend. Let's do one more together. Number 5. 1 equals 8/8, which is equal to 3/8 plus blank. We know it's over 8. Our denominators will stay the same. What plus 3 is going to give me 8? Well, I can subtract 8 minus 3, which I'll get 5. Or I can count up from 3 to 8, and I'll still get the answer 5. The answer is 5/8. Go ahead and finish numbers 6 through 10 on your own. When you're finished, remember adding fractions with the same denominator and therefore with the same unit fraction involves counting the unit fractions. Because the unit stays the same, only the numerators are added. The denominator will not change. Go ahead and finish this now.